Hello, this is Prophet Ambi Glow, and this is one of the videos that I have already recorded, but I was so tired, like I looked tired in it, so I want to redo it, and plus they were long. I don't want to make the videos long. Sorry, I don't mean to whine. I know a lot of people don't like that. The videos were long, but I didn't want to, I don't want to look tired, okay? God is too good for me to be looking tired. So right now in the season, because I am in my promised land, but I'm going through the rivers and the fire and the deep waters. I'm going through it all. I'm here just so people are not led astray, or people don't give up on God. That's like number one. Please do not give up on God. God is so good, and he's calling people to make a lot of physical moves, and that's what this word is really about. He's causing people to make a lot of physical moves. I've made my physical move. Like I say, I moved 1,000 miles away. I left family, I left friends, I left my job, I have no money, like all of these things, and God has been providing for me the entire way. And I know I'm getting close to my breakthrough, and God is finally about to take me out of the season, because I know he knows that I have been in it long enough. And I'm not trying to stay here in this season of my life longer than I have to. So I'm just being completely obedient. But I just wanted to say, this is going to be probably like confirmation for somebody. And also, when you do move, use this to comfort yourself. Isaiah 35. So in the first recording that I did, I read the entire chapter of 35. But I really think the importance is in verses, which is basically the whole thing. And so I don't even know why I'm like, you know what? Why am I fighting it? God, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So I was about to say the important verses are verses 3 through 10, but that's pretty much the entire chapter. Like, that's why God was just like, just read the whole thing. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, chapter 35. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. Verse 2. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice, even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God. And this part, verse 3 and 4, was like, I knew it was like instruction for me to speak to someone. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart. These are for the people who are scared. Okay, it's scary. Okay, it's scary. Be strong, fear not. Be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you. Okay, when you are listening to God, there will be people who are like, oh, girl, that's crazy. Don't do that. And they're going to think you, like, they're really going to think you crazy. But it's like, this is for God. But they're like, they've never stepped out. Okay, they've never stepped out like you have. You are literally a modern day disciple. For those of us who pick up and leave everything. That's exactly what the disciples did when they followed Jesus. What are we doing? We're following Jesus. Okay, we're following the call of Jesus. So we are literally modern day disciples. They don't know what that looks like. Okay, the people who are going to come against you, they don't know what that looks like. Don't you dare worry your head about vengeance or anything. Whatever you do, don't be trying to get revenge or trying to prove yourself to these people, because that's not even, first of all, that's not your job. That's stealing. Don't try and get revenge or anything like that. Let God handle that. Let God give your vindication. Okay. Verse 5. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Verse 6. Then shall the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. And the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes. Okay, so in the middle of your wilderness season, look, God is gonna make a way for you to like be satisfied. God is gonna make the dry ground with rushing water. Okay, don't even worry. Don't worry. Verse 8 was literally a confirmation for me, because I drove to my promised land. It was a 16-hour drive. So this could be confirmation for someone else. But I want you to know, that's why, look, when God tells you to move, don't worry about it. Like, don't worry. Do not fear. Literally. Be of good courage. Be strong. Because it says, and a highway shall be there. Y'all, when I read that the first time before I actually left, it was like a week before I actually made it here. But I was like, when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I was like, Lord, okay, stop. He was literally like, okay, he says, and a highway shall be there and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. Y'all, when you drive into your promised land, that road that you're driving on, the airplane that's flying, like that way is going to be called the way of holiness. Praise God. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, though fools shall not err therein. Look, only you, only the called will be going on the way of the holiness. Okay. Nobody else, no unclean person, and by unclean, you know, I'm talking about like somebody who, first of all, somebody who just, if they're not called to follow you, we just gonna consider them unclean. Okay, if they're not called to follow you, they're not coming with you. Okay, you're leaving your family who doubted you behind. Okay, because not only, first of all, not only did they doubt you, but they're doubting God by doubting you, and they don't realize that. That's why you always got to pray for people. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. Okay, you are the redeemed. Okay, and the ransom, this is the comforting part, because when you actually get to your promise, when you get to Zion, this is what's gonna happen. Okay, this is the promise of God. Verse 10, and the ransomed of the Lord. Okay, you are the ransomed. Okay, you're the ransomed. He has given Egypt over for you. Okay, and the ransomed of the Lord shall return. And we know also Jesus is our like, he literally gave Jesus for us. Okay, so you are the ransomed of the Lord. And the ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. Y'all, when you get to your promised land, sorrow and sighing are going to flee away. Okay? You will no longer look back and be like, I want to go back to Egypt. Like, genuinely look back and be like, I want to go back to Egypt. You're not going to want to go back. And in the moments that you may, because you probably will, there have been times where I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm about to go back. I've said that. That's when you're romanticizing it, but you don't actually remember all the bad things that happened. You have to remember that's exactly what the Israelites did. And they were disobedient and constantly doubting God. And it's important to know that doubt is not the sin. It's where you end up after. Your disobedience is the sin. God wants you to be faithful. I am not saying you sit here and doubt him the entire time, because that is not what God says. He wants you to believe and trust him. Okay? If he gives you a promise, please do that. Because faith is the only way to please him, and also faith without works is dead. So you have to use them both, like, interchangeably. Like, you have to, yes, you will have moments where you doubt, but you can't let that stop you from doing the work of faith. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So y'all, when you get to your promised land, I promise you, look, joy and gladness. Y'all, when I got here, I was like, and I got to my church, God told me to move to Oklahoma to serve at Transformation Church in Tulsa. Y'all, when I got there, I was literally, I've already visited the church once, but it was just like, I'm officially here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually home. I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, this is literally where God called me to be. and it just hit me. And like, I was there worshiping. I was literally just there worshiping. And truly, like, songs and everlasting joy was like crowned on my head, and I'm still like joyful. That's the only reason why I'm able to get up on this YouTube and talk about and like help other people, because otherwise, if I wasn't joyful, I wouldn't be able to do this. I'm sitting here living in my car. That's my wilderness, because he's still getting things out of me. But guess what? When, and it's mostly pride for me, but that means when I finally get a house, guess what? I'm going to be the first one when somebody needs a place to stay. Guess what? I know exactly what it feels like. Baby, please come stay with me. I have plenty rooms. Like, please come stay with me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make this video too long. I say that every time, and then it's like 20 minutes. But anyways, yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. If you're led to sow, please sow to support. Only if you're led. I don't want you to be disobedient if God doesn't, tell you or anything. I don't want, I don't like asking for things. And that's why I say God's been, pulling that out of me, because it's part of my pride. But only do it if you're led. And I thank you. I thank people for even just watching, because it's like, oh my gosh, Lord, they actually want to listen to me, so it is what it is. But thank you, and I will see you in the next video. I really hope this was helpful, because it helps me. It helps me. So that's really all I want to, help people do. But yes, thank you. Toodles.